Hey, my little Lindsay Lohan pause. Today I'll share the secret with you to get the bougiest and most natural freckles on this beautiful planet. Weird flex, but okay. And if you hate your body like I hate mine, at least we can turn our upper floor into a Sephora flagship store. Freckles are known for making you beautiful and hot as hell, but please just don't look that up. I hate it so much when you do that. So, if you prefer to spend your day at home with a bucket full of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, instead of going to the beach under the judging eyes of all those Hollister models that broke up with you, then this video is perfect for you, my little baby. My name is Tatzo and you, my sweet little baby girl, just tuned in into a brand new episode of Tatzos Tutorials. If you enjoyed this video and would love to come back for more of that awesome content, then don't forget to smash like and subscribe. It really means the world to me, so subscribe and like. Or he will die, I'll do it. So, freckles are great. They are the perfect accessory for a beautiful, healthy, summer-loving look. You know, they just fight imperfections with imperfections. So I get freckles all the time when we have really hot summers here over the pond. So like, never. But that's not good enough for me. It's never good enough. So boys and girls, let's freckle it up. I said the title. That means I'm professional. And I know what some people now may think. Tatzo, they are the freckles. I can just paint them on with good old eyeshadow color or some foundation. But if you just paint some freckles on, they'll just look like that. Painted on freckles. Freckles aren't just same colored spots. Freckles are complicated. Some are darker, some are lighter. They have different shades and sizes. Some are translucent, some overlap. Some are small, like my ex-boyfriend, and some are big. But they have one thing in common, they just don't sit on the skin, like paint. They sit inside of it. But how the hell do we do that, Tatzo? I'm glad you asked. Let us first come to the biggest mistakes that you can make when you are fake freckling your face. The first one is a big no. Making them too dark. Remember, you can always go darker, but you can never go lighter. So that means we start with a color that is 2 to 3 times... Oh, nailed it! 2 to 3 times darker than our actual... 2 to 3 times darker than our actual skin tone. The second mistake is overdoing it. You know, freckles, they are a breath from heaven and not a piano from the sky. You can absolutely freckle up your whole face. No matter how much you want, you can do it. But in this case, less is more. The third mistake is just to use one color for your whole look. Freckles appear naturally in a lot of different colors and not just one. And this is very important for us. So, look at your hands now, students. What do you see? Just take a sec. Just take one sec. I'm waiting. Just take a sec and look at your hand. Just a little bit closer. Look at how many colors there are, not just one. If you just see one, then please DM me if you can. And that's important, you know? It's just your hand, just such a small part of your body. And there are already so many colors. Your hand looks so natural to you because there are so many colors, you know? If you would just have one shade, it would be plastic. You have a big unrest on your hand. Unrest and noisiness are those things that look so natural to us. We have to copy this exact effect to our freckle style. I mean, if we want them to look really natural. And the fourth one is maybe the biggest mistake that you can make. You wanted it too much. They just are too symmetric. They look artificial, you know? They look fake. Fake. But how do we avoid this? I want my freckles to look perfect. I want to choose where they are. I want to choose what they look like. I want control when I'm rolling through the McDonald's drive-thru. Me too, and you will have control, my child. But to have control, sometimes you just have to let loose a little. Because when we want to have the perfect freckles, we'll determine the arena. But coincidence will play the game for us. you may ask yourself if I smoke too much of that good old devil's lettuce and just want to have a chat with you about the importance of coincidence. Maybe and yes. Imperfections make us beautiful and coincidence is what makes everything look natural to us. So, but what do we want now? We want natural looking freckles. We want them to be light enough for our skin, but not too light. We want the right colors. We want some to be translucent and some to be a little bit more opaque. We don't want to overdo them and we want to look 100. So now we know what we want, but how do we create our fake freckles? To create our perfect fake freckles, we have a 3-stage plan. We create a first custom layer. We'll decide where the first freckles will be and what they will look like. Control! We create a second layer of coincidence freckles. They will give our look the perfect natural kick. Coincidence! In the last stage, we'll correct the saturation and we'll adjust the brightness of our freckles to make them blend in perfectly with our skin. And in the last step of the third stage, we will set our little new friends so that they are indistinguishable from real freckles. Holy guacamole, so now we know what we need to do. Let's have a closer look on our beautiful tools. Happily, you don't need any expensive brushes or expensive makeup. You just really need the basic stuff. A toothpick, a toothbrush, brown eyeshadow color, water or isopropanol alcohol, brown cayal, and some setting powder of your choice. Pro tip, if you want freckles that will last the whole day, there's something called alcohol colors. They are normally used to paint prosthetics, but you could also use them for indestructible freckles. And they'll last forever, but be really careful because these babies maybe could stain a little bit. And the isopropanol alcohol can maybe irritate your skin. Additionally, you can use some dermacolor, whatever you prefer. Have a look on your skin type. If you are more oily, then use powder products. If you are more dry, then maybe you should use some oilier products. Whatever you want, whatever is good for you, whatever suits you best. The most important thing is that you like it. As a solvent, I'll use isopropanol alcohol because we want just a liquid base to apply the freckles to our face. We need a solvent to have a liquid color solution that we can apply later onto our beautiful face. So at first we will choose a nice area where we want to have the freckles. And there are a lot of possibilities when you think about that. So today we'll do the what I call butterfly look. That means I want freckles in this area, you know, on the back of the nose, on the cheeks, a little bit up here with a fine transition to the eye area, to the forehead and to the rest of the cheeks. So the first one is actually 4 shades darker than my actual skin tone and the second one is a lot darker than my actual skin tone. But don't forget, I do a YouTube video and I want the camera to pick up all the difference. So if you do this look in real life, then just at first try it out with a little bit of a lighter color because you can always go darker and I trust you. You'll do it. I know. You're smart. I knew that. If you choose your colors, then choose colors with a little bit more of a reddish flare for that beautiful glow up kick. But if you choose a color that is too red, you'll end up in a total pimple mania. If you choose colors too dark, they'll just like blackheads. And that's not good. We don't want that. So at first we'll start with our custom freckles and therefore I use this beautiful Crayolan Cayal and they are really great. You can do everything with these. I promise you. You can use them for your eyeshadow color too. Give it a kick, you know, I love it. You can go really dark with them because they are really good pigmented. You can use them for your eyebrows, for a cayal, for your beard, for whatever you want. They are just great for lip contouring. I love them. I just love them. So now we'll just go into the area and create our first beautiful freckles. And what is really important is that your tools are really sharp, you know. You don't want big spots. You want to go in really fine there. And you don't have to do much at first, you know, you can always go in heavier, but please start as light as possible. So, and you see, we didn't do much, just a little bit, you know, we just walked into the area and just, you know, we took what was ours. We created our eye-catcher Freckles, and I think they look absolutely awesome and great. And now we come to the next step. So we dissolve our darkest color here, and it's very important that the color is really soaked. And then we go into the color with a toothpick, just a little bit, not too deep, you know, that's what she said. I can just tell you, just take your time with this, because it depends highly on the color, how much payoff you will get. And this is really important, but also really practical, because, you know, you can decide, you have enough legroom to decide, and that's what I really love when I do makeup. But be careful at first, you know, you don't know how much payoff you'll have. And if you want to test the color, you can do it just on the back of your hand, because this is very great. Don't just go into your face, it's not good. Then just try to break the imperfections with your Freckles, you know, scars, protruding veins, big pores, you can absolutely do it, you know, pimples, just tipple around them. This is great, you know, because the noisiness and the unrest breaks the imperfections, and I just love that. But be a little bit careful, you can absolutely do the opposite and accidentally exaggerate imperfections, and we don't want that. We don't want that. What you have to take home is that noisiness and unrest can destroy structures, but can exaggerate them too. But mostly it will destroy the structures, because if you have a scar with very sharp lines, you can absolutely just tittle over there a little bit and it won't look as bad anymore. I talk too much. Now everything is dry again. By the way, the destruction of sharp or fine lines with structure and noisiness, that's what they do in the theater or in the movies to hide the prosthetics like false noses. I know, boom. But the thing is, you know, when you have a prosthetic, especially in theaters where they don't have as much money, it's always that you have fine rims around the prosthetics, fine edges, and you want to destroy them. And this you can perfectly do with unrest and noisiness. So now I'll just create the other Freckles, you know, just to fill in a little bit more, just to be a little bit more. So now we go in with the other color and add some more Freckles. You can also mix the colors if you want it. This is absolutely perfect. You can do whatever you want, and you can also add more colors, whatever you like. You can try Freckles in pink, Freckles in purple, Freckles in orange, or whatever you like. This is just great. You know, I just want you to feel good about the way you look, about the way you are. Just try what you want, try what you love. This is important. Nothing else matters. Let us take the toothbrush and let us add the next layer. This will be awesome, yeah? This is the big step. Add more dissolvent to the color, and then we just rub some off with the toothbrush. And just go in there, and maybe use cheaper colors, because they won't look as nice after you are done with them. That's what she said. Now we'll just sprinkle on the Freckles to our face. And it's very important that you start with a bigger distance to your face, because when you go close, you know, you have a very, very, very tiny area. And we want our whole face just a little bit covered in sprinkles. So we start a little bit further off, and you can always go closer if you know what I mean. And don't forget, it will always look a little bit strange when you just have Freckles in one area of your face. Because if you get Freckles, you'll get them everywhere. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? So just sprinkle on a little bit of them. We just go on there, and don't forget to protect your clothes when you have something that you want to wear a little bit later on. Just sprinkle it all over there. And they are very, very fine, you know? A fine rain of Freckles. Sounds gross. So, and when I have the first layer, then I'll just cover the spots where I don't want the Freckles to go on, you know? We want this area here, you know, the butterfly area. So I'll cover the other spots of my face. And then just add more freckles. And you can go a little bit closer now. Yeah, and here you can already see the difference. That looks so nice. I love that. I want the density right here. Don't accidentally smudge the freckles that are already there, boo. Don't do that until they are dry. So now we have these beautiful freckles all over our face, but you can see two things. The first one is that they are definitely laid on top of the skin, hence fake. And this is what we don't want. And the second one is that you can see that the saturation is a little bit off, you know? They don't blend in as well. They are a little bit too bright, you know, in color too bright. And that's not good, you know? We see that those are fake and we have some small mistakes and we have to correct them. And this is what we'll do now. So at first we'll press some setting powder onto our fake freckles. And therefore you need a powder puff because sometimes they are just a little bit wet and you don't want to smudge them all over their beautiful face. So take a powder puff, just a little bit powder on top of it, and then you just press it really good into the freckles. Just get in there real good. And you already see they look so much more natural. That's magic. And if you think some freckles are too dark for your skin or you messed up a little, just go into these freckles with some setting powder, you know, just go in there a little bit and color correct them. When you are done with this, you can go over with a setting spray and maybe choose a type that is more of these glossy setting sprays, you know? Because this will give your face a life back. I hate when it's overpowdered, you know? Here it's better because of the reflection of the lamps, but for real life I would absolutely recommend this. And now you can see that our freckles, they don't just look natural, they are also set. And I just love that look. I love freckles and they're so nice. This is not a finished result. What you need to do now is very important. Take a toothbrush and add another layer on top of the already setted freckles, because this will maximize the deepness effect. This is the real trick for a natural and healthy freckle look. And I'll do that now and you'll see the difference. And then we'll do a close-up. We want to add more realism, and this is the best trick for that. And don't forget the ears. That's the next thing that is very important, you know? You need to have freckles all over your face, even if they are just tiny and just a little bit. Just don't forget it. And your throat, do the throat too. So, and this is our finished basic butterfly look. I hope you are now as hooked on freckles as I am. I hope you liked our today's episode of Tatzos Tutorials. If you did, then don't forget to smash like and subscribe. And I'm waiting, just subscribe to my channel. I'm waiting. I have time. Just, you know, the button is somewhere down there. Just please subscribe. I love you, my little Julian Moorpaws, and don't forget to always fight for your dreams, no matter how outlandish they are. I know that you can do it. I believe in you. Bye.